Hey guys, it is Crafty Goal update time again already. This is my July recap. I do want to apologize if I sound low energy. I am filming this just after midnight on July 31st so that I've got it filmed and I can just, once I get up for the day, I can just edit and everything else tomorrow. And of course, the second I got ready to film, my body decided that it's very tired and I'm yawning a lot and suddenly have no energy. So I do apologize if I sound sleepy because I am. So going through my little monthly tracking here, I did use up a collection kit in the month of July. It's getting harder to show you the category and the month. I used up the Summer Fun Collection Kit by Echo Park. Technically I do still have some scraps left. Actually, that's one of the reasons I am filming wee hours in the morning on July 31st. I was hoping to have maybe finished using up the scraps before the end of the month, but that's not going to happen. So other than a handful of scraps and a handful of stickers from the 12x12 sticker sheet, I have used up a full collection. So it was nice to get some paper other than loose stuff out of my stash. I didn't touch any of the loose stuff, as you can see right there. So I'll have to transfer that forward to August. I will explain why I have August with a red square thing around it. So next up, I did use one mini binder. If you saw my project share, I did my first altered binder. I really enjoyed doing that. It was nice to finally use up a mini binder because that's been on my list of supplies to use this whole year, and then it's now in my list of like stuff I really want to use up in the second half of the year. I also put a check mark because I didn't use up my file folders. However, when I was reorganizing all of my embellishments, it'll probably make more sense once I film and upload my embellishment organization video. But basically I have a little, like, it's a computer desk on wheels, and I use it sort of like a shelf on wheels to hold some of my color binders and things like that. And initially I had some color binders, and then I had bigger than 12x12 paper pads, so like, 11 by 14 and things like that. And I also had a metric ton of file folders that were sitting there that I got in like thrift stores and things. And I needed that space for my color binders because I, as I mentioned, had to buy a few more binders to get everything put away, so I wanted to get more onto that shelf. So what I ended up doing was I went through all of my file folders. A lot of them were legal size, and I didn't really have anywhere to put the legal size ones. So what I ended up doing was basically trimming off the excess to make them around the same size as a letter size file folder. And I held on to the excess to use for like pockets or something when I make little brag books and things. But basically I spent a day or two just going through all of my legal size file folders, trimming them down so that they would fit in one of those Dollarama bins. I have a ton of them that I use. I think I've showed them before. They're the clear bins. They used to be $3.50 and now they're $4. They're by KIS. I trimmed them down so I could get all of the binders into one of those bins so that I had that extra space. So I'd like to say that I started prepping file folders to use in projects. I'm probably going to use a bunch soon because I have a whole bunch of orange ones, and I'm looking to start my Halloween crafting like real soon. So that's probably going to be the first focus, is like grab some of my paper pads that are like half used and grab those orange file folders and just make a ton of brag books. So that's what's coming up soon probably. But yes, I didn't use them per se, but I got them prepped. Not much decluttering, well, really no decluttering and organizing this month, but that's okay because you know how much progress I made the last 2 months. Didn't touch Evernote. I expected to, actually, because when I was doing my color binders, putting them together, I was using little sticky notes to write down what was in each binder, like each color, and then what themes, so that I could put dividers in, and then also like write on the spines of what's on what. So I have all of these sticky notes, and my plan was to basically make an entry in Evernote for each binder and just like write down what the themes are. So I'm like, I need a red sentiment. What binders I need again? I can go and look in Evernote as opposed to looking through my binders trying to find it. So I expected to do that this month and just didn't get a chance. Unfortunately, literally the only thing I was better at this month was YouTube. I got 5 videos up this month. So that's like, what, one a week basically. So I'm very happy with that. I'm not quite as ahead of myself with video recording as I thought I would be, but I'm hoping to. I have at least 2 more videos that I need to film. Hopefully that will help. And then again, I've just sucked at social media. I have a little mini goal. That's why I put a red square there. My sort of mini sub goal for August is to really try to focus on being active on social media. Posting every day isn't going to happen, but at least posting consistently. Like, at the very least, posting on all the platforms when I put a new video up, and like responding to comments, that kind of thing. So that's the goal. We'll see how that goes. Feel free to hold me to task to that if I am as bad at it as I've been pretty much all year. Collabs, again, just the two. Literally nothing for business this month, which sucks. Here on the second little part of my tracker thing, I again used up a bunch of cardstock and actually kept track of it. I used up 29 pieces. I think they were all the 8.5 by 11 this time. And then my YouTube comments, Instagram comments, and everything else. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it. Again, didn't really touch messes or anything because I was too busy crafting and doing other things. And then I managed to mark these off in the wrong color, but then used the right color to total it. Anyways, I used up 3 things of adhesive and a blade this month. Looking at what I used up in more detail, I used up a Fisker's blade, and it had been so long since I had last changed it, I don't know when the last one was. Finished off a roll of 1/2-inch score tape that I started back in January. Thankfully, I also bought a new one quite a few months ago, so I've already got that in my stash. I used up 2 ATG rolls. Again, I don't know when I started the last one, but the one that I finished off on July 12th, and the second one I finished off 5 days later. Then again, I used up that mini binder, 29 sheets of cardstock, and that collection kit. Looking at what I actually made this month, I made 24 A2 size cards, 1 weirdly sized slimline-ish card, and the altered binder. Crafty spending, I know I said I expected to spend nothing again this month, but I lied. This is actually strange. The one thing I did buy was that Michael's clearance haul online, and what I was told I was being charged was $35.36, and so I had written that down in here, but then when I was going to pay off my credit card bill, the numbers didn't quite match and I couldn't figure out why. Michael's had sent me the stuff in 2 shipments, and I guess they charge when they ship, and the 2 shipments, when you put them together, came out to $33.91, even though when I ordered I was told I was being charged $35.36. So they undercharged me by $1.45. I do believe I'm going to skip my Amazon subscription again this month because I still have a lot of ATG rolls, more than I thought I did. I thought I was down to like my last 1 or 2 packs, and then I went through my adhesive bin and went, oh no, I have a whole neat stack of like another 6 or 7 or 8 packs, so still pretty good on that. So probably gonna skip my subscription again this month. And yeah, that's it for this July update for the Crafty Goals 2020 collab with Amalia. Again, apologies if I have low energy or I'm not making any sense. I just had a funny feeling that if I didn't film this tonight, it would just be more of a cluster when I have to edit and stuff tomorrow. So sorry if I made no sense or I sound even more boring than normal, but I am proud of my outputs and the stuff that I used up this month. I hope everyone enjoyed my rambling. I need to go to bed-ish rambles. I need to go to bed. Everyone that is involved in this collab will be linked below as always. Please go check them out. I'm almost certain I'm making no sense, so I'm gonna go. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please give it a share. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click that little bell in the corner to be notified when I next upload a video. And I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully on Wednesday. If not, definitely the Wednesday after that. Okay, bye.